everybody, it's Wendy, and today we are going to make a necklace, a multi-strand necklace using chain and this coin bead for a focal and some beads from the Bargain Bead Box this month. So if you're not familiar with Bargain Bead Box, it is a monthly beading subscription service. You get about $65 to $70 worth of product delivered to your door for $17.95 a month. I love Bargain Bead Box. You get gemstones, you get metals, you get everything we're using today in this necklace is from Bargain Bead Box, except for just like jump rings and one piece of chain. And yeah, so most everything that you need to create a lot of jewelry. I usually get 10 to 12 pieces of jewelry out of each box. So if you're interested in subscribing, I will put a link in the description box below, and you get, I have a coupon code. If you use it, Wendy2, it will get you $2 off your box, your first box. Now, when you subscribe to Bargain Bead Box, they give you a 30% off coupon to use in their sister store, Bead Box Bargains. You can use that over and over all month long, so it's a really great deal. You get a great box in the mail every month, plus you get that 30% off of everything in their store as many times as you want to use it during the month. If you don't want to subscribe and you just want to shop in their store, you can use my coupon code as well, Wendy2, and it will get you $2 off of your order in their store. And I believe you can do that over and over. So anyway, if you're interested, I will have links in the description box below, but we're going to just get started with this. So the first thing you're going to need is one of your coin beads. Now, I heard a lot of people complain about these, that they weren't drilled right, that they didn't match, and I have to agree. I've got one that is way, way darker than the other one. I could never use those together, really. In a pair of earrings, they wouldn't look good. Now, you could do maybe a stacked pendant, something like this, that would look okay, but I don't know. And then this one has a scratch on it, so yeah, I don't know. But these weren't the best. I heard other people talk about how they just, theirs weren't the greatest. So we're going to cover the scratch up on this one. And we're going to take this piece. Now, these are the drops that came in the box this month. And all I've done is cut off the loop with my flush cutters. When you do that, if you want, you can take a file and smooth that out. Mine cut pretty good. I don't think I need to smooth it out. Now, normally I would use E6000 to do this, but I don't have any. And so I'm going to use this super glue gel. Now, I'm not sure this will hold this on permanently. I may end up having to re-glue it eventually. But this is all I had. So this is what I'm going to use because my E6000 is packed. And I'm just going to put a little on some of the raised areas here. And I have to be very careful with super glue. I am notoriously not the most graceful person, see, in the world. And I will glue this to my fingers as sure as the world. So let me just get it on there. See, I'm telling you, I'm terrible with super glue. And I've already glued it to my finger. Oh. Let me move it around here a little. I kind of wanted, well, I'm just going to leave it like that. I kind of wanted it to hang the other way, but I've got the super glue on my fingers. I've got it on my bead mat, and this little guy's crooked. So let me straighten him up. Okay, let me put the lid on this before I totally screw things up. Yeah, I'm terrible, terrible with super glue. I have glued my fingers together. I have glued things to my fingers. It's never a pretty thing. And I'm just going to scoot it over right about right there so it's centered. Now, I have a little glue here that's showing, and I'm hoping, oh my gosh, see, I've glued my finger to the mat. I'm hoping that dries clear. If not, I will later go back, pull this off, take some alcohol, and clean that up and redo it. But for now, we're going to stick with that because I'm scared. I don't want to glue anything to that pendant. I don't want to glue my finger to that pendant for sure. Okay, now what I want to decide here is, do I want to use an eye pin and make a drop? See, I could do a little drop hanging down from this guy, and I may do that. I have only 4 bead caps left, which I think is so sad. I love those bead caps, but I've only got 4 left, so I think I will make a little drop to hang down from this, just to kind of tie everything together. So I'm going to use an eye pin. I am going to stick it right in here like this, and I'm going to create a loop. Now I've got super glue on my fingers. I've glued a piece of my bead mat to my finger. It's bad. Okay, so let me find my pliers here. And now he's wanting to glue to the bead mat. Okay. It's terrible. Actually, I may put a drop of super glue down in there to keep him from spinning. Okay, so I'm going to bend this at a 90-degree angle. I'm going to take my flush cutters and I'm going to cut this right off. I didn't even tell you guys what you needed for this, did I? Oh my goodness. Okay, let me just rewind. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm scattered today. It is 38 degrees here in Fayetteville, and it's pouring the rain. And I'm upstairs in my in-laws' house, and they have a skylight in here, and the rain is beating on that skylight. It's making me so sleepy. I'm really just wanting to go to sleep, but I'm not going to. Okay, so if you want to make this necklace, you're going to need one of the coin beads from your box. That's where I was at, and then I got distracted talking about how everybody has had problems with their coin beads. You're going to need this little drop. There's lots of these. There were 4 or 5 of them in the box. So you're going to need one of those. You're going to need 2 of the bead caps. You're going to need several of these jade beads. I'm not sure how many, but I've grabbed all of them out here, and we'll see how many we end up using. You're going to need these 2 links or charms or drops, whatever you want to call these, that came in the box this month. You're going to need the chain, and then you're going to need a finer chain. Now, this is a really small, fine chain that I got, and I've got the bead mat glued to my finger. So, yeah, it's really tiny and delicate. You're going to need the spacers that came in the box this month, and you're going to need a bunch of these. I believe these were jade. These were jade, and these were agate, I think. So you're going to need a bunch of these. So I'm not sure how many yet either on that, but we'll use some of them. And then you're going to need some jump rings. I'm using these oval jump rings. These are available on my website. I absolutely love them. I'm using eye pins and head pins. And you're going to need a clasp. And I'm probably just going to use the toggle from this month's box because I don't have any lobsters out. So yeah, I'll probably just use that toggle. And I think that is everything. I think, and your tools, of course. Okay, so back to where we were. We're creating this little loop. So I have created a 90-degree angle and cut this off, and I'm going to roll it back with my chain nose, or my round nose pliers. Just going to roll a loop. Okay, that's simple. Just like that. All right, so there we have. Now, I'm going to take a head pin, and I think I'm going to create my little dangle here I'm going to use this bead cap, one of the bigger jade beads, and another bead cap. And I believe, I don't really like, is this bead cap bent? It looks funny. Let me grab another one. I had a couple more that I had set aside. Yeah, that one was bent or something. It was kind of weird looking. But it needs something else. I don't really like it like this. I wonder if it just needs one of these on top. Maybe it needs one of those on the top and the bottom. I don't really care for the link that I've created here. So let me try this. Whoop. That's better. I like that a lot better. Okay, so we're going to do the same. We're going to create a 90-degree angle. Okay, and we're just going to roll a loop back after we cut this off right here. Round nose pliers, make a loop. Okay. Need to round that up just a little. There we go. And then I'm just going to open this loop and hang it right on my pendant piece right here. Okay, just like that. Yeah, I like that. I think that's better. Okay, so this is going to be our little focal for the bottom of our necklace. Now, I hadn't decided whether I wanted to use tiger tail on this or just create a bunch of beaded links And I think I am going to use tiger tail. So I've got some 49 strand bead-along tiger tail here. And I think this is what I'm going to use just because the beaded links are not going to, unless I turn this way. I kind of do want to turn this way. I'm going to take this drop off. Yeah, let me take this drop off. I think that I'm going to turn this sideways just for something different. I think I like it better like this. And then I may do beaded links up the sides here. I'm kind of designing as I go, if you can, as you can tell. Yeah, I think that would look better. Okay, so let's grab an eye pin, or a head pin, an eye pin, right. Let's make this the middle. I think I like this better. I just want to do something different than the regular drop coming out the bottom. And I think this will be cool on the bottom of this. Okay, so I'm going to take my, let's see, I'm going to take 2 of these spacers, put them on just like that. My jade bead, my agate bead, another jade bead, and 2 more spacers. I like that. I think I like it. I do like it. Okay, we're going to create a loop. I'm designing on the fly because I wasn't sure. I had a general idea, but I was not quite sure how I wanted this to go. Okay. Whoops. The little spacers are falling off. You got to be careful with these. They will come right off of your piece before you get your loop rolled back. So be very careful. Roll this loop back. Just like that. I like that. I think that's cute. Okay, we're going to make one for the other side. So 2 spacers. Hex cut jade bead, agate. Come on, little agate bead. There we go. Hex cut jade bead. And some of these hex cut jade beads are a little darker than the other ones, and that's okay. I'm going to mix them. That way it kind of draws together because we have some dark beads in here. So it'll kind of bring all of this together, I'm hoping. And I apologize for the lighting in this video. Like I said, I'm not in my own home. I'm in my in-laws' home, and I don't have my normal setup that I have when I film. So I'm missing my really bright lights and some of my stuff that I use. So I'm sorry if it is a little bit off. It's going to be that way for the next few days until I get moved. All right, so there are 2 links. Now we're going to create another link, and this one I want to do a little different. I want to save these beads for up at the top, so I'm just going to use the smaller ones down here, but I want to create some variety, so I'm going to do a different link this time. So this time, I think I'll do a jade bead. I can get it on there. A spacer, a jade bead, I may just leave a little link like that. That's kind of cute. Let's do that. I like some variety with the links. I don't like them all to be exactly the same, or I don't like to do just 1 bead per link. Sometimes I do, but for the most part, I like to just create something where it changes them up and you have some variety going on. Okay, again, just making another loop. Okay, and I'm going to do one more. Jade bead, spacer bead, jade bead. Now this necklace is made to be a little bit long, not as long as some of like the tassel necklaces that I do, but it's made to hang a little bit lower. It's going to have 3 layers to it. Okay, so there's that, and this is going to be the bottom layer. All right, another one. So this one, I'm going to do a jade bead. Whoops. And I just totally lost that guy. I'll find him in a minute. 2 spacers. One of these guys. I think these are agate. These are jade, I think. I don't have my paper. I lost it somewhere in the packing. I hope I find it. I hope it's in there somewhere. But I don't know where it is currently. So we're going to do this. And we were supposed to close on our house today, but the contractors didn't show up on Thursday like they were supposed to finish the repairs that had to be done for the new owners, and they showed up on Friday. So I had to go over there Friday and let them in, and then they didn't get the job done completely, and I guess they don't work on the weekends, so they didn't come Saturday or Sunday. Yesterday they didn't show up, and today it's raining. So we were supposed to close today, but it's getting put off because the contractors don't do their job, or didn't do their job in this case. I honestly, in West Virginia, when you hired a contractor to come and do something, they did it. They showed up when they said they would show up, and they did the job. I have found here that contractors, there have been several times we've hired somebody for something, and they just may not even show up. I mean, it's kind of like, well, we'll work if we want to. I've never seen anything like it. But I don't know if it's just this area or if they're just really good in West Virginia. I have no idea, but it's strange. Okay, so we're going to do, we're going to repeat this link down here. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to do a smaller. We're going to do like this, but with these beads. So this guy, I'm going to put 2 in the middle. And this guy right here, just like that. So it's not really going to affect us any. I mean, we don't close on the new house for several days anyway, but it affects the new buyers. I mean, it's keeping them out of the house at least 1 more day, maybe 2, which I think is sad for them because we're out, you know. They could be moving in today. But okay, so then we're going to do this guy, 2 of these, and this other one. Okay. And I'm just creating loops, just like, you know, little links. Same thing over and over. If you have the 1-step looper, I kind of like it. I kind of don't. I know that doesn't make any sense, but I kind of do like it. But then, I don't know, it kind of bugs me sometimes because it does some things I don't like. But anyway, it does make this go by faster. Okay, so there is our bottom layer, I believe. I think I'm going to stick with that. Now, for the next layer, and these are going to be our links on the side over here, okay? So this bottom layer is going to hook in right here. And then I want this next layer to hook in right there as well. If I can get it, I just got my chain tangled up here. It's very fine chain, but I think it's really pretty. So I'm going to just hook it in the same place. So the way I do these multi-layer necklaces is I just lay it out like this and kind of see how I want it to go. And I lay it out like I'm putting it together, okay? So if I was putting this together, that would need to go down a little bit. And when you do that, I feel like that it makes it easier to get these to hang right, okay? Because I have a lot of people say, I can never get them to hang right. Well, I just lay them out like this, kind of like it would be if it was on your body. Now, if it was on our body, it would be a little more compact, and so I probably don't need quite as much on this second layer. So maybe like that. And then I'm going to take this thicker chain that they gave us in the box this month for the 3rd layer. And the 3rd layer I may hook in right here if I can. We'll see. Okay, so this is what I do. I just lay them out right about like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut them. And they may not be perfect. I may not have them cut perfect. the first time. I may have to take a little more off, but I'm okay with that. As long as I can get the general, the general length of it. I can always use small pieces of chain and other things. So here's what I've got. I just cut those off about where I want them to hang. Now, we're going to create a few links to go up the side right here, and then we're going to finish the sides with this chain. So I am going to use these bigger beads for this. And I wanted to use bead caps, but this one's bent. And I probably could pull it out with my pliers, but I don't really think I'm going to. And I don't really have enough bead caps anyway. So I'm just going to use the beads by themselves with these spacers. Okay, so I'm going to make three links on each side is how I want to do this. So I'm going to layer or put the spacers on. I'm going to do 3 spacers. I like to stack these. I think they're cool looking stacked. And a bead and 3 spacers. Just like that. I just think they look really neat when they're stacked like that. And then I'm going to make a link, just like we've been doing. 90 degrees. Cut your wire and watch that your little, they love to fly off of there. So let me put him back on, and I've got that wire a little too long. Okay, and then roll a loop back. I know there are a lot of shadows. I'm so sorry, guys, for the quality of the lighting in this video, but there's really nothing I can do about it. I don't have the equipment that I need, really, to be able to film here. Okay, let me scoot this a little bit this way, though. Okay, make that a little bit better. Okay, all right, same thing over here. 1, 2, 3. Big jade bead. I think these are jade. I don't know. I don't have my paper. 1, 2, 3. They're either jade or agate. They're very pretty. Okay. Same thing. Just making a link. And we're going to roll this back. Okay. And I'm going to hook those together up the side. I think I'm going to do 3 on each side. So go ahead and create 6 of the links and come right back. Okay, so I ran out of spacers. I've only got 4 left, and I want to save a couple for the earrings that I'm going to do to match this. So I'm just going to do 2 of these on each side. So I have used the heck out of these spacers and the bead caps this month. I ran out of both before I was ready to be done with them. So I really like the metals that they've used this month, the pattern on them and stuff, and I've used them a lot. So anyway, I'm out of the spacer, so I'm going to just do 2 of these guys over here. Okay, and then when we get this all put together, we will add the chains up the side, but I'm going to put this together first. So I like to put my links together with jump rings. I feel like that it keeps them from getting twisted up and bound up, or whatever you want to say. I just feel like it makes them lay better and smoother. So I am going to hook all of these together with a jump ring. Now, I like these oval jump rings. I have these on my website, and the reason I like them, let me show you. Let me get my other pliers. Is because when you open a jump ring, okay, so here's an oval jump ring. Let me pull out a round jump ring. Do I have a round jump ring somewhere? I can show you the difference. The oval jump rings are split in the middle. I know I have a round jump ring up here. Let me grab one. The round jump rings are, I guess you could say they're split in the middle too. But the only difference is a round jump ring, gravity is going to pull the split. Okay, so here's a round jump ring. So as you can see, gravity when this hangs, is going to pull the split part to the bottom or the top. You know, either way, it's probably not going to be on the side like this. So if it opens up, your piece is definitely going to come apart. Not that it wouldn't with an oval jump ring, but with an oval jump ring, it's going to hang like this. Your split is in the middle, and I just feel like they're a little bit more secure because if this opens a little bit, chances are you're going to catch it before your piece falls apart because the split's in the middle and it's going to hang here, if that makes sense. It makes total sense to me, but I don't know if it does to everybody else. But anyway, it makes sense to me, and I like to use these oval jump rings. So I'm going to. I'm going to use them on this project. So I'm going to close this up, and I am literally just going to hook all these links together and hook them to my big piece with the oval jump ring. So I won't make you watch me do all that. You can do yours and I'll do mine and then come right back. Okay, so I have this sitting on plastic because when I pick this up, this is flipping to the other side. Now, I have a couple options. I have put some super glue on the ends of this just to see if it will hold it straight and keep it from twisting when it dries. It's not dry yet. If it doesn't, and I don't have any more of these drops because I've got 2 more, but I want to use them in the earrings. So if it keeps flipping, I'm going to cut the loop off this and glue this one on the other side, I think. I really, man, I used too much of my, I used too many of those drops in my other necklace because now I don't have enough to do. I've really run out of stuff this month, really badly on this box. It's not their fault. I just have used a ton of stuff. So anyway, yeah, we'll have to see. So when this dries, and I hope it doesn't, there we go. And when this dries, I'll see if it's going to hold the bar in place and keep it from flipping. If not, I'll probably just glue one of these to the other side, just so it has something on the other side. So if it does flip, it doesn't look naked on the other side. All right, so now what we're going to do is I've got my links done here. I'm going to pull this down. I am going to take a jump ring, and actually I'm going to open this up right here. No, I'm not. I'm going to take a jump ring. I keep changing my mind mid-thought here. I'm going to take a jump ring and open it. If it'll go through this chain. Now that's the question. This chain is teeny tiny. This jump ring may not even go through here. I may have to get a smaller jump ring for this. Nope, it does. Okay, so I'm going to take this jump ring. I'm going to hook it to my other piece here, and then I'm going to hook it into the bottom of this connector, or this drop, or whatever this thing is, charm, whatever. Okay, so then when it hangs, I want to make sure that on the jump ring, this chain is behind this, okay? Because I want this to hang on top of that. And if you put them the other way, it's not going to hang right. Okay, so let me grab another one. And open this up. And I'm going to get this chain on it. This isn't easy, that chain is tiny. Okay, and then I'm going to hook these on too, and I want to make sure, again, that this is on the outside, this is on the inside, and then I'm going to just hook it right onto my drop. Okay, just like that. So now, let me make sure that it's laying right. Yeah, so now when I hold this up, this chain should be on the inside. Okay, now I'm going to take this piece of chain, and it's too long, I can tell already, unless I want to make it hang below this one, and I don't think I do. Let me look at this for a second here. Yeah, I really want it to stay on top, and I may have something right here. So I'm going to trim this one up just a tad. Actually, I'm not. I think I may just let them layer each other. I think that would be pretty. Okay, so I'm going to take a jump ring. Whoops. I'm going to open this guy up, and I'm going to hang. I had the wrong side, didn't I? I'm going to hang this chain from this little higher up loop on here. So if you pick this up, you can see that the next loop up is where I'm going to hang it from, right here. Just like this. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I don't know how long this super glue takes to dry. It doesn't seem to take very long when it's on my fingers, but it seems like it takes a little longer when you're hooking or gluing this to metal or to plastic or something. My fingers bond instantly, it seems like. Okay, there we go. So now here's what we've got. When we pick it up, yeah, I do like that. It's just going to hang kind of right next to each other. Now let me look at this. So yeah, this is still spinning, and I don't know if it's because it's not dry or because... So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to glue this piece to the back. And then if it stops spinning, well, that's just wonderful. But I'm going to go ahead and glue this on anyway. So I just take my flush cutters and I just cut this little piece off. Kind of be careful it doesn't fly up and hit you. Okay. I cut it really in here close as I can get it. And then if you need to take a file and file it down a little, you can, but I'm usually able to get it pretty good there. Okay, here's my super glue again. This one I don't have to be as careful because it doesn't have holes. I'm just going to put a little on there and drop that guy right in the middle so I don't even have to touch it. Okay, and then I'm going to close this thing up. I'm telling you, it's dangerous. I'm dangerous with super glue. Kind of move it around a little. There we go. And I'm just going to let that dry for a minute. Now, our links up here, I am going to hook this one to this with a jump ring. Let me scoot this down. Okay, so I'm going to take a jump ring and I'm just going to hook. I'm going to hook these three together. So we're going to hook this right to this first link. Close it up. I've got my glasses on and I still can't see anything in this room. Something about the glare of these lights, I guess. I don't know. And then I'm going to hook this one to this one with a jump ring. You don't have to use jump rings. I just like to. I feel like that it keeps it from sticking, you know, where a lot of times if you hook these links together and they're not faced just the right way or twisted the right way, they will stick and just be difficult to deal with. So I like to use the jump rings. I feel like it makes it hang better and just flow a little bit better. All right, let's go ahead and do this guy. Same thing on this side. Just like that. And then we will do the same one. All right. Now, here's what we've got. Yeah, that little coin bead is going to flip around. When you have it on, it will hang against your body. And I'm thinking that either way you turn it is how it's going to stay, because it'll be against you. But it is going to flip. Just glue my finger to the plastic thing. Okay, so it is going to flip around a little bit, you know, while you're holding it like this. But I'll show you on a form here in a minute. Okay, so now you got to decide how long you want this to be. So I'm going to put it up against me. And I don't want mine to be super long, but I don't want it to be real short either. I want it to hang kind of, yeah, so I think I'm going to do about 4 to 5 inches on this chain here. Maybe, is that 6 even? Maybe even 6. I'm just going to eyeball this. And I'm going to go right about here. And let me show you the easiest way to do this. You take this, you stick it on an eye pin or a head pin, you hold it up, and then you can just take this and trim it right here next to the other one. You just make sure that your links are even. There we go. And trim it right here. And I don't have to worry about counting or measuring. Yeah, I think that looks about like pretty much where I want it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a jump ring and I'm going to hook these together. Just like this. And one more. Okay, so now I'm going to hold it up again and see if it's, whoops, I'm sorry, I hit the camera. Make sure it's not too long, and it's not. I think it's right about where I want it to be. And so now we're going to add our clasp on. I'm going to trim just a little bit off the chain because it's pretty much where I wanted it to be, but it's just a tad bit too long. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to add the clasp on. So to do this, you just take a jump ring and you just hook your toggle and your bar. Now, if you want to make an adjustable toggle, you can do that. I prefer lobsters and extender chain, but I don't have any lobsters out right now. They're all packed. So that's not an option for me at the moment. So I'm just going to do a toggle. And you can make an adjustable toggle by hooking 2 or 3 of your toggle loops together and just one bar. And, you know, people may think that that's a waste or whatever, and I guess it could be, but if you want your necklace to be versatile and fit, you know, if you're not going to keep it, you're going to sell it, then you might want to hook a few toggle rings together, or just a few rings, I guess you could do together. So that way it would make it adjustable. So let's go ahead and hook the ring on. And this is done. And I think it's turned out cute. I didn't really anticipate my coin bead spinning so much, but like I said, when it's laying against you, I don't think it's going to do that. Now I have got fuzz on this from my bead mat. I'll have to clean it off. But I think this turned out cute. Let me put this on a form so you can see how it hangs better, okay? And I will be right back. Okay, so here we have it. Don't judge me for the mess in the background, but here it is. And this bead does flip, but you can kind of put it how you want it. So, you know, it'll go either way. And then you've got your chain coming up. And I just messed that up when I flipped the bead. So, and then you've got your connectors and your links all the way up. So I like the way this turned out. It looks pretty on this form, I think. I may take a jump ring and lengthen this chain a little. I could do that on either side, but I'm not sure. I think I kind of like it just like it is too. So yeah, I think this one turned out really pretty. It's a little bit unique, and I like the coin bead used as a bar on the bottom rather than, and you know, I may take these other 2 links right here, and I may use the one that I just cut the piece off of, that drop. I have more of those. I may just use those in the earrings because it seems like that it's wanting to flip this way, and I don't know why, but it is. So anyway, there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, like it and subscribe to my channel for more videos. I do a lot of tutorials. And yeah, anyway, ring the bell, because if you don't ring the bell, you won't know when I upload. But if you're interested in Bargain Bead Box, the information will be in the description box below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!